So, Combat Patrol magazine is coming to the United States. The only problem is, I don't get it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. As always, my name is Jay, and in this video I want to talk about the Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol magazine, which until recently has only been out in the UK and is now coming to the United States in the near future. But before I begin, I want to start with an analogy, okay? Let's say you need to buy new shoes, right? You need to buy a new pair of shoes, so you go to the shoe store. For all you people out there who buy shoes at stores, I don't because I can't. But let's say you go to the shoe store and you're like, okay, lots of shoes here. I'm going to buy one or two pairs of shoes. And you're looking at shoes, and then the shoe salesman comes up to you and says, hey, buddy, pal, I see you're looking at shoes. Well, we're running a sale right now. If you buy 7 pairs of shoes, we will give you 2 pairs of shoes for free. And you're looking at it, you're like, well, I only came here for 1 or 2 pairs of shoes. Why do I want to buy 7 to get 2 for free? And they're like, because it's on sale. And even further, if you buy 9 pairs of socks, we'll give you 6 pairs of boots for free as well. And then you think to yourself, okay, I came here to buy a pair of shoes. I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 pairs of shoes, and now I'm faced with the dilemma of should I buy 7 pairs of shoes to get 9 total, 2 for free? And then I can also buy 9 pairs of socks and get 6 pairs of boots. That's a great deal. But do I need any of this? And you'd think, well, Jay, why would you buy all those shoes and boots and socks? You only need a pair of shoes, right? And that's what I feel. And that is literally what I feel about this Combat Patrol magazine. Is I just don't understand the appeal. And that's why I wanted to discuss this in today's video, so that I'm hoping to create a discussion in the comments in the I was going to say combat section, the comment section down below, so that way we can actually find out who does this appeal to, because apparently it was a very popular magazine in the UK, and people are really looking forward to it in the United States. But let's discuss the basics of this. Okay, so for $15 a month, you can subscribe to this magazine. Now, if you could buy just individual editions or issues post knowing what they are, this could be a good deal. Just with individual editions. Because each edition you're either getting a group of paints, a product, a group of models, like a model or a squad. And in the United States, it's going to be $15 a month for the subscription. Sorry, $15 an edition, for the subscription. First one's $7, and you get a... it starts off with the Tyranid Winged Prime and the Terminator Captain from the starter set. And the second edition is free. You get the Lictors, the Von Ryan's Leapers, Von Ryan's Leapers. And then after that, it's $15 an edition US, plus $2.50 shipping per edition, plus, if you want to do the premium service, an extra $3. But they ship you 4 editions per month. So you're paying about $100 a month if you're going, $80 or $82 a month if you're going on the full extra edition. Otherwise, you're going to be paying, about $75 a month for, or $72 a month, I guess, for the normal edition. All right? And in the end, if you subscribe the entire time, which is, I believe, the purpose of this magazine, you will end up with a giant assortment of models. As you can see in this photo, it's huge. You end up with 9 sets of Combat Patrol armies, right? From 9 different armies, and each army, they also included a bonus model. So it's not just the Combat Patrols, like for the Tyranids, you get the Parasite and Mortrex. For Space Marines, you get the Chaplain on a bike. For Orcs, you get a buggy, right? Each army, you get an extra model as well. And if you subscribe to the premium one for an extra $3 in addition, so $12 a month, they also throw in several numbers. You will get bonus models, and you actually get both of them, and they're quite valuable, but they're also models that are not very, most of them aren't very new, and most existing players already have these models. For example, in issue 15, you get a Hive Tyrant and a Brutalis Dreadnought. So cool. Brutalis Dreadnought is a relatively newer model. Most existing Space Marine players already have one if they want one. Tyranid players, everyone has tons of. If you're an existing Tyranid player, you have more than you need of Hive Tyrants. I already have 5 myself, 2 Flyrans, 2 Walkers, and a Swarm Lord. Okay. And on Premium Kit number 2 is issue 37. You get Howling Banshees and a Demon Prince. Premium Kit number 3, so issue 59, you get Killikans and a squad of Brokir Thunderkin. And once again, if you're an Orc player, I only know the armies I play. I'm an Orc player. I have 15 cans already. Don't really need any more cans. And then on the final kit, you get a Brood Coven and Rogel Dorn Battle Tank. And once again, these are models that any existing player already has tons of if you already collect the army. Rogel Dorn Battle Tanks have been used in a bunch of box sets. And the Brood Coven's been used to death as well. And if you're an existing Genestealer Cult player, you have way too many Brood Coven models because you can only field one Patriarch at a time, right, per game. I already have 4 painted Patriarchs, and I can only field 1. So I don't need Brood Covens. So once again, I personally play a bunch of armies. I have, 10 different Warhammer 40k armies. Out of my 10 armies, only 4 of which are represented in this giant mass of models. Orcs, Tyranids, Space Marines, and Genestealer Cult. Now, the Tyranids and the Orcs are pretty much entirely the push-fit models from the starter set. So the used market is flooded with these things at the same time, right? Like right now, flooded with them, right? You can buy them a lot of the time if you need to. The Orcs are models that have been around for a long time. It's pretty much a Dreadnought, a Death Dread, and 20 boys. I really do like the War Boss in Mega Armor. I don't have that, and a Buggy, and some Def Coptas, which I already have tons of Def Coptas. The Tyranids already have more than I need for the Tyranids. The Space Marines, I don't really need more of those either. So all the armies that I already have, Genestealer Cult is actually a great value. I will say that. Most of the armies I have no need for new models. And so, once again, my big question is, who is actually interested in the full subscription service? There are currently 90 editions, so 90 magazines, and you get 4 a month, so it's over 2 years. And you're going to be forking out well over $1,000 US when it's done. And in the end, you get 9 full combat patrols plus a bonus model. And if you go with the premium service, plus a group of models as well, 1 for each army. But who needs 9 different mini armies? And each one's about 500 points. Who needs 9 armies, right? I play 10 armies, and only 4 of my armies are representing these 9. I don't play Eldar, KS Space Marines, or World Eaters. I don't play Leagues of Wotan, right? So I just don't... It really doesn't appeal to me. And that's why I wanted to create this discussion in this video, because it has to appeal to someone. Apparently it's very popular. And once again, if you can buy individual editions, it actually is great value. You can just pick up kits for a great price. But the thing is with this is you're not just getting models, right? Like they've already said in one of the upcoming, I think it's number 3 or 4, you actually get paints. And the paints are High Fleet Leviathan colors and Ultramarine colors. So if you don't play High Fleet Leviathan, which I don't, and Ultramarines, which I don't, that whole edition, you're paying the $17.50 or $20, and you're getting paints that you don't necessarily need. If you're not a Tyranid player, all those at the very front, you're getting all these Tyranid models that you don't need. Like, who exactly is this for? And most people tend to focus on the value. Now, sorry, I should also say that, of course, there are a couple limited edition models in this. There's like a sergeant, so a leader of an Infernus squad, and there's a couple other exclusive models in this as well. But people really just focus on the value of the magazine. And most people have number crunched it, say that you're going to get about a 20 to 24, 25% discount. So that brings me back to my analogy. A 20% discount to collect 9 out-of-date, and now to be fair, a lot of the old combat patrols are great value, but 9 out-of-date combat patrols over 2 years for a 20% discount? It just doesn't, the math isn't mathing in my head. Like, I love buying new models, as you know. I'm trying to rid my world of unpainted models, and I'm trying to be successful. I love painting models, and I love collecting them, and I like collecting them at a discount. But this is no value in my head, because I don't need easily 7 of the combat patrols, maybe an 8 of the combat patrols. So who's it for? New to 40k people? People want to get a little bit of every army, right? Who don't have a lot of specific armies and want to start collecting them, maybe? Because again, if you're a Tyranid player, you already have tons of Hive Tyrants. So maybe a new Tyranid player, you can pick up the Combat Patrol, and you can pick up the Hive Tyrant, and it's a great way of starting an army. Or Genestealer Cult, great value there. And the Brood Coven, once again, it's a very good start of an army. But then, why wouldn't you just go out and buy these models used? Or go buy the Combat Patrols now, or go buy the models used now? Like, there's a lot of other ways to do it at a discount without having to collect 9 combat patrols over 2 years. And the problem is, once again, is there's going to be waves where, like, let's say I start at the beginning, start as Space Marines and Tyranids, which I do collect. Then it gets to Eldar, apparently, which I don't collect. So you'd have to either unsubscribe and then resubscribe. But of course, the benefits are if you're subscribed the whole time. And at one point you get like free items. They're going to throw in some free items for you. Apparently they're free. Some people say you pay for the binders, but you get like binders or paints or some tools and some hobby supplies. I personally don't see the value of a slight discount to collect a giant pile of shame in which, again, the normal wargamer doesn't need 9 combat patrol armies. Right? I play 10 armies, but most of my armies aren't even represented in these combat patrols. So, but it has to be for someone. And that's why I wanted to create the discussion, as I mentioned, because it's clearly for someone. I just don't know who. My opinion is, like, if you could buy individual, again, like if you can buy, or subscribe, if I want to subscribe for a month, I'd suck it up. Some issues you'd lose money because of the paints. Some issues you get even or pro. It's really hard with the push fit models from the starter set because the used market is so filled with them. But obviously the real value is all the other starters, all the other combat patrols that aren't the starter set, because then you can really gauge the price of the models and the value of the models. I just don't get it. I don't see the value. I think it's a weird product if you have to do the full subscription service. If you can buy an individual edition after knowing what they are, cool. You can buy some cool kits for a good price. Awesome. I would pick and choose what I want, but I wouldn't do the full subscription service. And then the extra $3 a month per edition one, so extra $12 a month for 2 years. Again, those big models, they seem like they are kits that every existing player would already have several of and wouldn't need any more. But that's just my opinion. So what is your opinion? What are your thoughts on this magazine? Are you going to be subscribing in the US? My British viewers, are you already subscribed in the UK? What are your thoughts? It's got to be for someone, and I don't want to be negative. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to just be focused on the negative. I just don't get it. So please leave a comment in the comment section down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. I'm really curious, and I would love to create a discussion. Please hit that bell so every time I make a new video, you see it, and stay tuned for more videos. Till next time, this is Jason. Happy painting your combat patrols.